I'm Stuart McIntosh with the BBC News. Hello. The British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been forced to carry out a reshuffle after two of his most senior ministers resigned over his leadership. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, and the Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, both said they could no longer support Mr Johnson. The Prime Minister has been accused of making several misleading statements. Rob Watson reports.
Recent political history in this country suggests that this crisis is terminal for the Prime Minister. He has managed to retain the support of the rest of his cabinet, but one does get a sense that the mood in the country has turned against him, the mood in the party has turned against him, and even those ministers staying loyal are not doing so with a vast amount of joy or energy. To what extent are you risking your reputation being damaged, given how far the Prime Minister's popularity has fallen in the country?
Prosecutors in the US state of Illinois say the suspect in Monday's mass shooting at a 4th of July parade near Chicago has been charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder. Namia Iqbal has the details.
In a press conference, the state's attorney Eric Reinhart said this is just the first of many charges to come against Robert Crimo. Clapping and cheering could be heard as he read out the charges. Investigators are still piecing together evidence from the shooting. They have called it a well-orchestrated and carefully planned crime. They say Robert Crimo climbed onto a rooftop overlooking the event and used a high-powered rifle to shoot 70 rounds, minutes after the parade started. They say he dressed up as a woman as he fled the scene of the crime.
A big police operation across 5 European countries has resulted in the arrests of 130 people accused of trafficking migrants to Britain. Coordinated raids were carried out in the UK, France, Belgium and the Netherlands, with the main focus in the German city of Osnabrück. A new survey of the Arab world reveals severe food shortages are gripping many countries, while faith in democracy and trust in government has plummeted. The Arab World Survey, conducted by Princeton University for BBC News Arabic, is one of the largest tests of public opinion ever carried out in the region. Emir Nader reports.
Nearly 23,000 people were interviewed in 9 countries and the Palestinian territories, and the findings are stark. The majority of people in every country said the economic situation was bad or very bad. At least a third of people said they often run out of food and don't have money to buy more. Most of the findings were before the war in Ukraine and the ensuing grain crisis which has badly hit the Arab world. A decade after the Arab Spring, many across the region have begun to associate democracy with instability. At least half of those surveyed in most countries said the economy was weak under a democracy.
You're listening to the latest world news. It's coming to you from the BBC. Bans on abortion in 2 more US states have come into effect after recent legal rulings to prevent their implementation were overturned. A court order blocking Florida's ban on abortions past 15 weeks of pregnancy has been put on hold. In Mississippi, a judge has denied a request by the state's only abortion clinic to prevent a near-total ban from taking effect on Thursday. Scientists in the Czech Republic have warned that COVID-19 levels in the capital Prague appear to be at an all-time high. The comments from some of the country's leading biochemists are based on samples from Prague's sewers, which show the presence of the virus in municipal wastewater is higher than at any time during the pandemic. The UN mission in Mali says 2 Egyptian peacekeepers have been killed and 5 others seriously injured when their vehicle struck a roadside bomb in the north of the country. The UN mission said mines and improvised explosive devices planted by jihadist fighters affected UN personnel, the Malian military and civilians without distinction. The peacekeeping mission is one of the UN's most dangerous. Stephen Dujarric is the spokesperson for the UN.
The UN peacekeeping mission strongly condemns this attack, which may constitute a war crime under international law, and notes with concerns the frequent use of improvised explosive devices intended to paralyze the operations of the UN mission and to obstruct the return to peace and stability in Mali. We pay tribute to the peacekeepers who died and offer condolences to their loved one and wish a full recovery to those injured.
The South African President, Cyril Ramaphosa, will attend the funeral of the 21 young people who died in mysterious circumstances at a nightclub more than a week ago. The mass ceremony will be held on Wednesday in East London. No official cause has yet been released for the deaths of the teenagers. BBC News.